Hi everyone, welcome back to Living Even Keeled. Welcome to the third installment of home tours. Today is the real life home tour style. Like, you're going to see piles, you're going to see a little bit of clutter, you're going to see decluttering holdups where I feel like I don't want something, but for whatever reason I'm having a hard time getting rid of it. So without further delay, I'm going to show you my garage first, and then we'll go into the basement and laundry room. So right off the entryway, we have a door out to the garage. The first things we want to do with all of these doors, we're going to make everything about that color. We're going to change the lock, all the exteriors, and then so we'll probably want to paint this door as well. Then we come out here to the garage. The color is going to be a little strange because we really only have the small light here and another light that we installed ourselves, and so I will show you that as part of the tour. But we have a 2-car garage with an automatic door. The first thing you see are these wood steps. They are painted the same shade of green as the exterior door and the shutters, and so I really just want to make everything black or maybe even like a deep navy. So that's something we'd like to do. So this is the side where we park. It's, you know, been loved by many cars over the years. We're not the first owners. I don't think there's anything we really want to do to this. It's a garage and we don't mind garages being a little bit dirty. I mean, that's kind of what they're for, but we will sweep up and stuff from time to time. So first thing I want to show you is clutter spot number 1, which already looks a million times better than before. So when we moved in, there were 2 wire shelves and we tried to make that work, but we realized that just having one of our own really stable shelves would be better. We have these from Target. We've used these in all of our previous homes. So down below we have some stuff for camping. Then this whole crazy section is my husband's tools, and he knows they're disorganized. We talk about this all the time. I think I know what I'm getting him for Father's Day. He finally decided what type of organizing things he wants. So anyway, that's tools. And all of this is to get out of the house. I kept the box because I wasn't sure if I was going to like the product, but I'm fine with it. This is all stuff I want to take to the consignment store. These are things we want to declutter, but don't know how because they're worth more than just going to the Goodwill. We have these beautiful string lights that we have yet to hang. We have electronics that need to be decluttered. This looks like clothing. I don't know why that's there. So you see what I mean about storing junk? I mentioned it a while back. I'm just tired of storing junk. I don't mean like my stuff is junky. I mean it's trash. It's just trash that I don't want. We've decided we don't want it, but we need to be responsible. We can't just put electronics in the earth or batteries in the earth or anything. So we hang on to things until we have a plan. Something that we did do to this garage though is we added this cabinet and this small amount of pegboard. This pegboard is actually left over from the cut they made when I put the one in my kitchen for my produce. So we kept it. My husband just put it right here and it was perfect for the small amount of gardening and yard items that we have. Ideally, this will be where junk like this goes until we can take it down to the proper place. So when we have batteries and bulbs and maybe paint or chemicals, maybe they can go in here neat and orderly. I'm not totally sure, but that's the idea. This was actually in the laundry room originally, and I'll show you that next and why we ended up taking it out and putting it here. This works so much better. They used to have a small lockbox toolbox, which I know is an expensive item, but the size of it didn't work for us. And you know, if it's not working, you got to make it work. So we did a free swap. We took that cabinet out and added the one from the laundry room here. It cost us nothing. We did add this light. There are 3 bulbs. We added that and have them pointing in different directions to give this space more light. So while this may look like a lot of clutter, this is actually pretty orderly. So this would be like clutter spot number 1, and this area is clutter spot number 2. So we have our cans here, which we're fine with. In California, these are always outside, but out here there's a little different wildlife and different weather and humidity, which really can make your trash smell ripe. It's totally different. So we keep them in the garage, wheels out, so we can just wheel them out once a week. We have cardboard that needs to go. There's some more of those fluorescent bulbs. This is all stuff that we're pretty sure we want to declutter. The girls approved of mostly everything in here, but we're going through it little by little. We also have our daughter's cloth diapers. I don't know what to do with those. I don't think I could donate those. They've been potty trained for a while, both of them, but I don't know what we're gonna do. We have mostly empty paint cans. So this is just the truest definition of clutter. It's not being used, it's not useful, it's actually, some things are actually broken and empty. So once this whole section is gone, you'll see that it really opens it up. Right now the ladder's out. I think my husband was doing something. That's usually folded and put away. And so the last half is my husband's at-home gym. He's always been into fitness and weightlifting, and so he has the equipment that he needs, and he tries to be fairly minimal with the amount of weights he uses by adding bands. This thing is was originally here and he uses it for his gym, but I think it may have been for lawn equipment or something. We added some hooks to hang our daughter's bikes and our one stroller. Finally, that's off the ground. One main thing we did to get it to look at this point was take things off the ground if we could. Anytime you can hang something or get it off the ground, it automatically makes it feel more spacious. So here's the final overview of our garage. It's not that bad. I have to admit it's not that bad. I just really want to get rid of things that we've already decided to get rid of. So that clutter pile, this whole rack here. So I'm hoping this is the before. I would love to show you an updated tour in a few months and say like, look what I did. So let's hope that day will come. So now we'll go back inside and head to the basement. So this is part of the home I showed you in part 1, and here's the door to the basement. So some of the things that we've done, this light didn't have a cover, and so we were able to find one that fit, but something was missing. My husband kind of had to use whatever he had on hand from that tool area and make it work. So now we have a light. We added some clothespins on the back of a command like Velcro strip. And this is where I put our cloth napkins and rags at the end of the day, and then I can just walk it down to the laundry room, which is down here. The paint color down here is actually really nice, but once again, color matching. As I'm like filming these videos, I realize that if you are selling a home, do the future buyers a gift. Write down the names of the color paint that you have, or even leave them like a little sample touch-up jar. How cute would that be? Welcome to your new home. Here are the paints in the home. It would be so helpful. The carpeting down here is way nicer than what we have upstairs, so we have no intent on changing it. It's soft, it looks good. There's a few stains, but it's been a little loved, but it's much higher quality and it doesn't leave those synthetic like weird lint and different things. It's just way better. So I do like this carpet. Here's a pile of clutter. Can we call it clutter? These are things my husband no longer wants. An old Xbox and some DVDs and video games. Once again, it's not just the regular items like clothing or toys. You kind of have to be a little bit more strategic when you declutter stuff like that. So sometimes the stairs to our basement have stuff on them, so that's real life. So the first thing you see when you come down is this IKEA piece. This used to be in my entryway in my previous home. Then we have a built-in closet. We haven't really done much at all in this basement other than make it work for us and try to be organized. Sleeping bags, some backup bedding when we have guests come over, our luggage. Usually I have more on these shelves, but I took a lot upstairs to the playroom, the learning space room, because I'm trying to become more organized in there. So I usually keep like empty Sterilite bins that I'm not currently using, but I know that I'll want eventually. There's also a bathroom in this basement, so we haven't done anything in here, and honestly we don't intend to do much. This was already here. We're not going to paint any wood. I just hung a curtain, got some rugs. This hook was already here. I would love to patch these. I guess they must have had a different hook system at one point. I mean, it doesn't bother me because we don't come down here too often to use the restroom. We do have this big mirror here, so it's a functioning bathroom. We did have to do a quick repair on the toilet, nothing expensive. My husband was able to do that, but otherwise it's in the same condition. Then we come around the corner. This is like a built-in where there's pumps and different things for the basement. Here's another pile of baskets that I'm having trouble getting rid of, but that aren't being used. This was the girls' dresser before they switched rooms, and it was too big to fit in the smaller room's closet. So we keep it down here with other toys. So we have all the learning stuff in the big bedroom, and we don't really have very many toys at all in their sleeping bedroom. So this is where they go. What we like to do is have this place be mostly unbreakable, no glass, nothing fancy. So the girls can come down here and they just kick that ball as hard as they can. It is so fun. We play with them too, and we really just have a good time, and they have a space where they don't have to be too careful, large oversized toys that wouldn't really fit in a bedroom. This kind of stuff is what you would see in a backyard, but it is just really cold, especially these two items would be backyard. But you know, when you have 4 different seasons, it's really cold during the winter, and so they're down here for now and we still get to use them, so it's kind of nice. The only thing that we've really done is this ducting panel thing is actually fake. They had to put a hole there to get something with the gas line that we put in for our gas stove, and so they just put a panel over it. It's actually just a big hole. So that's kind of like the only thing we've done. We have an under the stairs closet. We have dress up stuff and out of season books like Christmas books and Halloween books. Again, large oversized toys. I tried to have this be our homeschool table, but it just wasn't working out for me in particular. I was a little low to the ground, and we thought we could get something a little more comfortable where we could actually sit at a chair and put our feet under the table. But we brought it down here, and it's chalkboard. It's just a piece of wood with chalkboard that I painted, and so we do enjoy that. Sometimes I'll write math problems directly on there, and Olivia can kind of work it out. So right here, this door is original. It has sort of like a cat corner, a little cat door, a doggy door type of thing, and we don't mind. We'll probably just leave that. But you come in here, and here is the utility room. So the main 2 things we did in this utility room were this shelf here and that pipe there. So this shelf used to be a really small, narrow cabinet. In fact, the one I just showed you from the garage, it was short, it was narrow. I couldn't fit the vinegar, the bleach, or even the paper towels. It just wasn't working, so an open shelf seemed to do better. Now the pipe is actually for the radon. I guess whenever you're underground, radon can be around. It's like a gas that goes off of stone and brick and stuff in the ground. They didn't have one before, and it's something that was important to my husband and I, that we at least get some sort of vent. So we had somebody come in, and we negotiated this in the price of the house when we bought it. He was able to drill a perfect nice hole without cracking any of this tile, go right up and then out through the backyard on the other side of the fireplace, so it's vented out that way. The first thing we see here are 2 shelves. So we don't have much of this stuff in the garage like we did in our previous homes. Now that we have a basement, we can kind of keep it here where the temperature is a little more even. It came here with a utility sink and the washer and dryer side by side. In an ideal world, which is one that I don't live in, we would get a built-in sink with cabinets and a countertop and make it look beautiful and lovely, but it's not a huge desire of ours at this point. It's we want to put our money elsewhere and our efforts elsewhere, but I think that would look very lovely. I also put up some command hooks with these 2 oversized galvanized buckets, one for trash like lint or tags or different things that you cut off. And then I keep the scissors and found items in here, things that were in pockets. That helps make the laundry process a little easier. On top of our dryer, I keep this decorative basket. I mentioned that I was decluttering something in place, so I could use this. I like this basket. I had it on my wall as decor, but now this is where I keep my kitchen towels and my cloth napkins, and when it's ready to go, I just wash it. We have our drying rack here. How cool would it be to do a pegboard wall? That would be nice. I think one of the very first videos I ever saw from the DIY mommy was her laundry room, and she had everything nicely organized on a pegboard. And since I am familiarizing myself with pegboard, I think it would be really neat to try something like that here. I could hang our drying rack. I could even hang our small ironing board. So I do have a small tabletop board there. And then this side of the utility room is all the stuff that makes the house warm and safe and well taken care of. This is the rocking chair that is starting to show that it's no longer needed. It's beautiful. I love it. My mom gifted this to us when Olivia was born. It's something that she had thrifted, I think. You just need so much space for a rocking chair. I can't have it too close to the wall. The girls go crazy on it and bang it into the wall. I'd almost rather just have like a nice cozier chair. We don't have a porch or anything. And with the weather out here, I'd be afraid to put it out anyway. It'll get kind of ruined with all the rain, but I don't know. I don't know. It is convenient if I'm ever wanting to jog or work out, which I have done, to have the girls play right next to me. Or if I'm doing laundry, they can play right next to me. I brought in their little trampoline, and Violet will jump when I'm jogging, so that's kind of fun. So there it is, everyone. Now you've seen all of my home. I believe I've shown you everything, maybe without the detail of organization. And I know some of you are interested in that, and I can do that too. But this was sort of like the broad strokes of projects that we've done to the home since buying it. I know many of you have been asking, what have we done? How do we like it? And so hopefully this caught you up to date on the home. But if you want to know how we're doing personally, that's our last part of this series next Friday. If you have any questions, this is the last call for questions, leave them in the comment section so that I can answer them in that video. I do feel weird showing you messy stuff and piles of things like on stairs or like the chair in the middle of, between the water softener and the furnace, random places for random things, but that's real. And you know, maybe you can relate to that, maybe you can't, but hopefully brings us closer together, that I was vulnerable enough to show you some of the more messy areas in my home. This is an example right here. So remember to leave your question, thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you have not yet subscribed, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.